young scientist. It's so good to see you here today. Now, today, I know we've been talking about solid, liquids, and gas. But a very interesting thing that I've been learning about is that everything's made out of little tiny particles. We've talked about that as well. And we've talked about how some particles are close together and some are loose and moving around. Today we're going to find out about that. That is called density. Yes, and we're going to look at different densities of 3 different types of liquid. Now, we're back in the kitchen, which means that what Professor Stim will be doing might be a little messy. Remember, if you're going to do experimentation, you have to have your parents' permission and their supervision. All right, so I've got the important things, the towel to clean up, some extra paper towels just in case, and of course Professor Stim always wears his safety goggles. Yes, right? Let's put them right on. Good. So here, today we're going to use 3 different liquids. The first liquid is simply water. Now I know everybody has water. This water, well, it's kind of clear, so we're going to use something important so we can see it better. This is one of the best friends of Professor Stim. It's called food color. Yes, food coloring. I'm going to take one of these little bottles right here. This is the blue food coloring. We're going to put just a couple drops right down inside our water so we can see it a little bit better. Oh, look at that. Isn't that fascinating? All the little fluidy drops of color going down in the water. My. Well, so that it's all the same color, we're going to go ahead and put our top right on. Give it a bit of a shake. Now, we're going to remember that blue is water. That should be very easy to do, yes? Now, the next very important, and my wife says very expensive item, this is a liquid called oil, cooking oil, or in this case, olive oil. And in this case, Filippo Berio olive oil. Yeah, but it sounded like I'm a little Italian today. Oh, we're going to use some oil, and then we're going to use some rubbing alcohol. This is the kind of alcohol you might have in your medicine cabinet. Yes. Oh, now, in order to see the alcohol, because it's also sort of clear like water, I've taken and put a little green food coloring there. I think we better add just a little bit more so we have enough for our experimentation. We're going to add a little bit more alcohol. Perfect. And it's still green enough, so I don't think I need to add any more food coloring to that. All right, so we have our alcohol, our oil, and our water. All 3 of these liquids have a different density. And I want to find out today, by experimentation, what happens when I put those 3 together. Let's watch and see. First, we'll take our water. And I have taken another, this is another water bottle I got at the Kroger's. And I took the top off a bit so I could pour things in a bit easier. This is something you could do again with your parents' help and their permission. Watch. We're going to pour the water right down inside our larger test tube. Oh, that should be just enough. Perfect. Now, we're going to take the oil. We're going to pour the oil on top of the water. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh, there it comes. This one hasn't been opened yet. I hope my wife doesn't see this. She really likes this oil. Yes, now, watch what happens when we pour the oil on top of the water. I have a question. It's a scientific question. What will happen when we pour it on top? My hypothesis is they'll all get mixed up and the blue and the yellow will mix and make the color green. Well, that's one guess. Let's see, though, what actually happens. I'm going to pour it very carefully along the side. very carefully. Don't want to pour it too fast. Want to pour it just right. Oh dear. Oh my. Do you see that? The oil did not mix with the water. That's because they have a different density. Those little particles, those little molecules we've talked about are closer together or farther apart, and they don't want to go together. Now, if I shook it up a lot, it might get together a bit more, but let's see what happens when we take alcohol. Alcohol has a different density than oil or water. Let's see what happens when we take alcohol. Pour it right on top. Again, I have to pour it kind of slowly. You can see it right inside the bottle. Oh my, keep your eyes on it. Do you see what it's doing? Or I should say what it's not doing? It's not mixing together. It's staying right apart. Wow. That's because all three of these liquids have different density. All the molecules are not the same distance apart. Oh my. This is a wonderful experiment that you can do with your parents' permission and supervision. You can do this at home, but definitely do it someplace like a kitchen or perhaps outside. So if you drop something or spill it, it won't make too much of a mess. Well, young scientists, tune in again for more fun science experiments. My name's Professor Stim. Give me a wave. See you next time.